about 2 minutes to start the live stream. So if you want to grab your food and or get to your place quietly in a couple minutes, we can get ready for our live stream.
Good evening. I'm Tina Fey.
And I'm Amy Poehler, coming to you tonight from Cerruti's beautiful diamond room in downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana, where indoor networking is back.
We're going to be your entertaining and fun host tonight, we hope, with the goal of making sure that you don't doze off after a long day at work. And speaking of staying awake, I hope that Lou took her nap today.
My nap? I'm not that old. Okay, well, I did doze off out in the parking lot a little while ago, I have to admit. But, you know, didn't most of us this past year, sort of as we were working from home, sneak in a few naps, turn off that Zoom camera with our clothes on, God willing? But seriously, folks, I'm Lou Phelps, CEO of KPC Media Group, publisher of the Greater Fort Wayne Business Weekly, and this is Lisa Long, editor of the Greater Fort Wayne Business Weekly and managing editor of our 5 in Fort Wayne community newspapers, published right here in Allen County. Let me see, that's the Boyd News, the New Haven News, the DuPont Valley News, the Leo Cedarville News, and the Northwest News.
Yeah, thank goodness you have fingers.
Oh, be kind, be kind. So welcome to everyone tonight to the great 40 Under 40 event. That this is our 16th year. Lisa will tell you a little bit more. And I'd like to say hello to everyone watching us tonight live stream on Facebook due to either COVID concerns or due to the fact that we had to restrict the size of our audience because of COVID.
As Lou said, this is our 16th Greater Fort Wayne Business Weekly 40 Under 40 event, sponsored this year by Huntington University. Lou, did you know that we began our 17th year of publishing the region's only business newspaper this week? And it's just one of 2 business journals in Indiana?
I did know that. I was there at the beginning. In fact, I'm the one that wrote the business plan to launch the Business Weekly.
So it's your fault.
My fault? My fault? Well, I mean, let's not look at who to blame for how hard our staff has to work. I mean, after all, we're here to have fun tonight, even the staff. I mean, I'm sure that after the year we've all had, that everyone is excited to get out and network in person and meet new people and, you know, maybe meet someone for possibly look for a new job.
Yes, that does happen at this event, we hear.
We hear that, yes. Many people have come out of this event with some contacts and new employment. But anyway, seriously, we'd like to thank Cerruti's for providing this beautiful venue tonight. The staff has been amazing to work with, and we'll be back for our Innovation Awards here in June. Yes, the Innovation Awards are back. Start thinking about who to nominate, who's creative in lots of different fields. And they'll be back in June, the annual Innovation Awards. You know, you are so right, and even though one thing we do want to mention tonight is we want to ask everyone, except when you're eating, to please keep your masks on. We think you can still have a good time, make new friends, because tonight is about fun, but it's also, we're here to honor you, to honor our 40 under 40, but both for your hard work and for your commitment to our communities.
Our panel chose you from hundreds of applications, people who are nominated, and after tonight, you become 40 under 40 alumni. And I did see Robert Johnson here. Are there some other 40 under 40 alumni here? Could you please stand?
Yay! Woo! Look at all that.
Thanks, people.
Woo!
All right. So to you newbies, it's time to be thinking about passing it along and who you're going to nominate for the class of 2022. And you can do that. The nominations are open, and you can go to kpceventbuzz.com.
That's right. Lisa, if you don't mind, I do need to stop for a few moments, do a quick commercial. I need to pay the bills. As you know, KPC Media Group is owned by the George Whitwer family of Kendallville. We are the largest independent newspaper company in the state of Indiana. We're the publisher of 13 daily and weekly newspapers covering 12 counties in Northeast Indiana, 4 counties in Northwest Ohio. We also have 4 websites, 4 daily newsletters, and 13 Facebook pages to help you reach your customers. We have a great team of professional marketing executives to help you with print, online, e-marketing, or social media advertising. And of course, Lisa and our news staff at any of our newspapers is always welcome for your news and your business news.
We want to thank Huntington University for sponsoring this year's event. And where is Huntington University? Where's your table? Thank you.
Christian University.
Huntington University is a Christian university founded in 1897. And we would like to thank them and all our advertisers who supported our special sections, right?
Absolutely. We want to take a quick moment. This would not be possible without our advertisers who support that special section in the paper. It gives you that great keepsake, something you'll keep for all the rest of your professional career, that you were a 40 under 40. And we thank everyone so much who help us with this event and every week of the year. And so before we get into our program, I want to take a moment and introduce John Urbahns. John is president and CEO of Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. And I've asked John to come up and speak a little bit tonight, just for a few moments. John spoke this past Tuesday to some of you who attended a training session put on by Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. that we co-sponsored. And John spoke very, very well and emotionally with those in attendance about being a 40 under 40 and what it means in your career. John, come on up.
Well, good evening. It's been 6 months since I've been in front of a crowd of any size like this, so it's a little bit nerve-wracking tonight. I want to thank Lou for asking me to speak. As she said, I spoke on Tuesday to a group of you to talk about networking and the importance of leadership in our community. First, on behalf of Greater Fort Wayne, Inc., I'd like to say congratulations to all of the award recipients. Specifically, I'd like to congratulate Megan Short and Aaryn Eady from our staff that are both on the list and being awarded tonight. On Tuesday, I reminded the winners that there's roughly 60,000 people in Northeast Indiana between the age of 20 and 40. And tonight they're being recognized as 40 under 40. That's a pretty big honor for all of you. You know, 15 years ago, I was in your seat. I was embarking on my career as a future leader here in our community. I had the pleasure that night of listening to Don Schenkel talk about leadership, about the need for the next generation of leaders to take charge and impact our community. I was able to take that advice and work on numerous projects throughout the community that have really helped change the trajectory of Fort Wayne and Allen County, and I'm very proud of that. Today we're looking at you, and we need your help. I told them on Tuesday, selfishly, I'm here because I want your help. I want your help to continue the trajectory and help us build an even better community here in Northeast Indiana in Fort Wayne. I told them that they're here because somebody believed in them. Somebody believed in each one of the award winners tonight enough to nominate them. And the nomination committee believed in them enough to bestow the award on them tonight. That's a huge honor. But I think more importantly, I want to let them know that we are all here tonight because we believe in you. Each and every person in here believes in you and believes about the future leadership that you show in our community. We don't just believe in what you've done, because you've all done amazing things to get to where you are tonight, but it's about what you're going to do. We believe in you as leaders in our community, in our future. Leaders speak up. Leaders push others beyond their comfort zone. Leaders expect excellence, and leaders take a stand. And that's what we're expecting of all of you. I have 2 challenges for you tonight. The first, I want you to accept this award, not for what you've done, but what you're going to do. What you're going to do as leaders right here in our community. And the second challenge I have for you is to take this award and hang it in a place of prominence that you see every day. I have mine hanging in my office. And I have it hanging there not to show people what I've done. It reminds me every day when I look at it that I need to be a better leader. And I challenge you to look at it every day and think about how you can be a better leader in our community. And lastly, I look forward to see who's standing here in 2036 talking to the next round of recipients of the Future 40. Thank you very much, and congratulations again.
That was perfect. You were great. Thank you, John. That was powerful, and we really appreciate you taking the time to share those thoughts with everyone. And about, it does mean a lot. And, I've been a national media consultant for many years. I won't tell you how many, a lot, and, need to take a nap in the afternoon. But when I travel around the country, you see people, the Denver Business Journal is on their wall, they're 40 under 40, the Cleveland Business Journal, wherever. It's all business journals around this country all have this event, and people have it up, that plaque up on their wall, and everyone goes, oh, I was a 40 under 40 in Atlanta, so it's a great thing in your resume. Always put it in your resume the rest of your career. A few quick housekeeping notes. After the program is over, you're invited to, of course, go have some seconds, have another drink from the bar, get to know those in attendance, and network as long as you'd like. Stay and have a good time. Everybody does. Lisa, share a few more things about what's going to happen tonight.
For our program tonight, Lou and I will talk about each of you very nicely, don't worry. And then when you hear your name, please come forward, and we're going to have you come on this side of the stage. You'll get your certificate, and we'll get your photo taken. And then as you exit the stage, come out this way, and you can grab a great bag here of great goodies that you have there. While you're getting your photo taken, you're welcome to take your mask off, just no sneezing.
Don't get her sick,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
We haven't got time.
And after the program ends, you're welcome to come up and take photos with your friends and family and coworkers, with the backdrop here, so you can have that for your scrapbook and to post to social media. And just be sure to hashtag business and Business Weekly and 40 under 40. Make this a good tradition, and for Facebook and Twitter.
Absolutely. And everybody does every year. They come up with mom, dad, grandma, drag their friends up, their coworkers. Everybody's up partying with the background. So don't hesitate to do that. So let's get started. Lisa, will you announce our first honoree?
I'm glad to. First up is Kellie Adkins of the Fort Wayne Parks and Recreation Department. Roller skating is her passion, and she's a volunteer for Fort Wayne Derby Girls. Success to her is the ability to create a strong sense of community and to connect people to nature. She recommends reading The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas.
Great. Kellie Adkins. Take your mask off.
So weird.
I know, it's so weird. It's okay. Lisa, you gonna take yours off? You gonna leave yours off? Okay, all right. Okay, great, thanks. Yeah, just careful of the stairs. Okay, great. No accidents tonight. All right. Our second honoree is Mark Bains of Barrett McNagny, LLP. Success to him. Success to Mark is performing excellent and timely legal work for his clients that helps their businesses thrive while still being a present husband and father. His biggest mistake, he told us, was not investing in real estate in downtown Fort Wayne 10 years ago. Mark Bains. Great.
And our next winner is Bethany Ballard of Indiana Tech. She is on the Fairfield Neighborhood Association Board and is a member of Packard Area Planning Alliance. As a child, she wanted to be a teacher because her teachers in elementary school were such an inspiration. She sees herself as a connector. She gets energized and excited by bringing people together or ideas together to create something that is bigger or better than what currently exists. She initially came to Northeast Indiana for work, and she stayed for the community.
Bethany Ballard. Jessica Biggs of Indiana Tech 2 is our next honoree. Jessica enjoys being outside, hunting, and spending time in nature with her family. She said that she has been fortunate to work for head coaches and administrators who have both supported and encouraged her career growth. Jessica Biggs.
Speaking of hunting, I told my niece I saw a moose on the way to work today.
How did you know the moose was on the way to work? Bada bing, we're trying, guys. Try to keep you awake, a little levity, little stand up. See, I told you that joke would work. I told you that joke would work. About 2 in the morning last night, we were discussing it. It worked.
At 2 in the morning, yeah, it was good then. Okay, moving on. Our next honoree is David Buuck of Cass Housing. The biggest accomplishment of his career was holding a ribbon cutting of Cass's first home with 200 of their closest friends in negative 20-degree weather.
Oh, dear.
He strives to create housing, employment, and support opportunities for adults with disabilities. He recommends Return of the Prodigal Son by Henry Nouwen to read.
Next is Tyler Clevery, Executive Director of United Way of DeKalb County. While his aspirations of becoming a professional basketball player never came to fruition, he had a 10-year career coaching or working in WNBA and the NBA and Division I basketball prior to returning to DeKalb County. In his free time, he enjoys working with youth sports. Tyler, before we let you off the program here, off the dais, I'm a big Purdue fan, and the game is at noon tomorrow. Mm-hmm. What do you think? We're going to get out of the first round?
You'll get out of the first round.
What about then?
I don't know who they play next. Haven't even looked at the bracket yet.
Uh-oh.
A little busy.
5 years ago, we couldn't get out of the first round. It was very painful. I'm a little bit obsessive. If anyone's on my Facebook page, I just want to acknowledge it, But we ended up 19th in the country. Did I mention that? No, okay.
Our next honoree is Stephanie Crandall of the City of Fort Wayne. Her first first official paycheck came from the municipality of Monroeville, Pennsylvania tax office, where she did data entry as a summer youth worker. She says success means using the gifts you've been given to fulfill the purpose to which you've been called.
You know, Lisa, it's hard work working for city governments, a lot of politics, a lot of stress. Did you know that early in my working life, I had a job working for a city naming all the cul-de-sacs?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was a dead-end job. Thank you. My biggest fan, right there. That's 2. Why don't you move on down front here? I need this guy. Okay. All right, moving right along. Our next honoree is Nick Darrah of Northeast Indiana Regional Partnership. He is involved in a number of community organizations, including PFW Organizational Leadership Department as an advisory board member, YLNI as a member, former Community Engagement and Advocacy Committee chair, and Healthier Moms and Babies Marketing and Department Committee. He said his boss and mentor, John Sampson, who's with us here tonight, often reminds Worker of a lesson his wife helped him learn a long time ago. He missed a key milestone for one of his kids when they were young because he decided to stay to work late that night. When he got home and realized what he had missed and asked how he could make it up, Pam told him that some meetings can't be rescheduled. So Nick tries to keep that story in mind as much as possible. Nick Darrah. And while we're talking about the Northeast Indiana Regional Partnership, I'd like to ask John Sampson to stand up. Some of you may not realize that John is retiring as of March 31st. And it's really hard for some of you who are newer in your careers to not understand what it has meant to Northeast Indiana to have the regional partnership. And for someone with John's experience, he was a executive vice president at AEP, the electrical utility company, to come in and lead in this amazingly creative way. I came out of the Savannah area, and they think they're really cool, and I was on the chamber board there, and we thought we were very sophisticated. I came up here to what's going on in marketing under John's leadership, and it is really remarkable. So I just want to give a round of applause as the Business Weekly, all of us in business, to John Sampson, who will be retiring March 31.
Our next honoree is Natalie DeWitt of Those are party people, so we know. She's with Taylor Rental / Party Plus Auburn. She's our next 40 under 40 here. Special events are ever changing, don't we know that? Especially with COVID. So right now they're focusing on micro events. And she states that they're looking at better ways on how to serve their clients. She started there over 15 years ago, and she just wanted to be, planning events. She never thought and envisioned that she would be a partner one day, which she is now. She's currently in leadership training with the Luger Series 2020-21 class, and learning how to be a better leader, and a public servant excites her.
Excites her? A joke comes to mind, but I don't think we should go there. What do you think?
No.
Okay, tell me now. Come on up, Natalie. Thanks, Natalie. Our number 10th honoree tonight is Mandy Drakeford, Executive Director of Gigi's Playhouse Fort Wayne and an adjunct professor with the University of Oregon. She has spent the last 12 years working in the nonprofit industry with experience in fundraising, marketing, public relations, and digital communications. Her way to relax is, at the end of the day, no matter what, Her husband and 2 sons sit down and eat dinner together. She said, I love sharing a meal together and hearing about what my kids did in school and what my husband accomplished throughout his day. Spending time with my family grounds and relaxes me. Mandy, Drakeford.
Our next honoree, Aaryn Eady, couldn't be here tonight, but Brenda Gerber-Vincent is here to pick up her award for her from Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. Aaryn loves the community service, she loves that community service is built into her profession. She'd tell her high school self to take the ACT. It's never too early to start building your personal economy. So start now. Nothing is without consequence, good or bad. Take driver's ed. IU is excellent.
Never heard of it.
Mind the business that gets you to graduation. Mind the business that gets you to graduation.
Absolutely. Aaryn Eady. And our next honoree, Rebecca Essig, was not able to be here tonight because of conflict with her profession. She's assistant professor of engineering in the Civil and Mechanical Engineering Department at Purdue University of Fort Wayne. She's creator and faculty leader of Future Girls of STEM Summer Camp and on the board of the St. Joseph River Watershed Initiative. She enjoys her career because she gets to meet so many people from different backgrounds with different stories and different life goals. She hopes to earn tenure and promotion at Purdue Fort Wayne, and she turns in her application this August, so we'll all be pulling for her. And so we'll be getting her award to her.
We also have another honoree who couldn't be here tonight. That's Olivia Fabian of One Lucky Guitar. She is one of the founding members of Middle Waves Music Festival and co-founder of Holly Pop-Up Shops. As a kid, she wanted to be a NASCAR driver or an Olympic figure skater or a ninja, so maybe might be here. Her current professional goal is to learn and thrive in her new role as Associate Creative Director at work. So let's have a little round of applause for Olivia.
Great ad agency, One Lucky Guitar. Next up is Melanie Funk of Artemis International. She's an adjunct instructor for online courses at Trident University. She's a volunteer co-director of the Miss Fort Wayne Scholarship Organization. Her guilty pleasure is rereading the Harry Potter series, she confided, which she needs sometimes as a break from the daily grind. She believes everyone should read it at least once, as a child and adult alike. She would tell her high school perfectionist self, I can so identify, don't be so hard on yourself. It's possible to find happiness and satisfaction in more ways than you thought. And also, time flies by fast. Savor it and make the absolute most of it. Melanie Funk.
Just see, I tried to do my Miss America stance
Oh,
there.
I see, yeah. You keep trying.
Yeah. Our next honoree is David Grant of Creative Technology Solutions, Inc. David is Director of Marketing and Sales. He helps when needed as a technician and serves customers as a business analyst. He also is the volunteer executive director of Sari, Bari, USA, which provides employment opportunities for women who have been exploited by the sex industry or who are vulnerable to human trafficking.
Great work. Great work. Great work. Thank you, Dave. Great, thank you. Our next honoree is Alexandra Hall, owner of who brought her people with her. Owner of Public Spaces Consulting, LLC, where she's a consultant, and she also owns Art by Alexandra Hall as an artist. She's involved in a number of arts groups, including Art This Way, Art Crawl Committee, Downtown Economic Improvement District's Public Realm Committee, Music and Mixology Committee of the Fort Wayne Philharmonic, and Fort Wayne Artists Guild. The mistake she learned from was that she shouldn't do so much for free, that she does well. Some of us have learned that. She likes to travel to view new murals and observe other communities' public spaces and find inspiration for her work. Alexandra Hall.
Familiar name? Yes. Our next nominee is Ashley Hand of Allen Circuit Court. Some of you may have heard Ashley's name recently. She was named one of 3 magistrates whose names were submitted to Governor Eric Holcomb for a vacancy that's coming up in Allen Superior Court. She's involved in the boards of Wellspring Interfaith Social Services and Foster Hope for Children. She'd like to be more involved in the state level, working with judicial committees on family relation issues. She would tell her high school self to follow your dreams and do not be afraid to fail or step out of your comfort zone.
Great advice. Thank you so much. Our next great 40 under 40 is Luke Hoffman, Vice President of Construction at Granite Ridge Builders. Luke is a Fort Wayne native, serves on the Fort Wayne Home Builders Association Committee, where what he likes best about his profession is that every day is different with new challenges to face. He recommends reading The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. So we have an intellectual builder there.
Our next nominee is Ron Howard, not that one, Ron Howard of the Indiana Pacers, Mad Ants minor league team, and Lutheran Health Network. He's involved in the boards of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Indiana, Mad Anthony Children's Hope House, and Fort Wayne Children's Zoo, and is involved with the Real Men Read program. He stays relevant in his profession by always being willing to learn. He's competitive, so he wants to win. That drives him. He'd tell his high school self, time flies, live in the moment. Before you know it, you're pushing 40.
So Ron, who you got to win the NCAAs? Who's number 1? What do you say?
I'm the wrong guy to ask.
You're the wrong guy to ask.
Go Mad Ants.
Go Mad Ants. There you go. Push the brand. Push the brand. Great. Our next honoree is Beth Ann Johnson of the Home Builders Association of Fort Wayne. Her favorite thing about her profession is the great network of people she gets to interact with. She wants to start working towards getting her MBA. She'd tell her high school self, you're never going to have all the answers and your life will continue to evolve and change over time. Don't get stuck in the past. Always move forward and work towards your future. Yay.
Our next nominee is Alec Kraus of Parkview Health. He's also adjunct faculty at the University of St. Francis in the Masters of Health Administration program, serves as president of the Harrison Hill Neighborhood Association, and runs the historic 07 Facebook page. He says being an attorney requires a certain mindset. It requires someone to think about the nuance in issues, words, and situations. He likes being able to think through complex issues and ultimately offering pathways for clients. It is rewarding on multiple levels.
It looks like Alex was not able to be here, though we were expecting him, so we'll get his award to him. Alex Krause. Our next honoree is Beth McAvoy, Director of Operations at NeighborLink Fort Wayne. Beth is co-chair of Middle Waves Music Festival and on the board of the Community Development Corporation. She said it's been a wild ride being in charge of a music festival in a pandemic. Bless her heart. She likes her work at NeighborLink because it mobilizes people to help marginalized neighborhoods in Fort Wayne through tangible ways. She said her greatest mistake is trying to take too many changes too fast in a workplace. And this has been a year to learn from those lessons too, hasn't it? Great, thank you.
Our next nominee is Jamie McCoy, COO of Hoosier Personnel Staffing. Her first paycheck came from being a server at Ponderosa, and she thinks everyone in their life should be a server at some point in the restaurant industry. Her biggest supporter is her mom, Kim Batters, who is the office manager at Hoosier Personnel Staffing. She always pushed Jamie toward perfection and to have resilience. After unexpectedly losing her brother Jeremy this year, her mom showed her how to handle hard situations. Most importantly, she taught her to never give up.
Jamie McCoy. You know, with so many people unemployed, it's really great to have someone with us tonight from a personnel firm because, you know, a lot of times you need to use a personnel firm, look for a job, and, you know, I've had to look for jobs at times, and, you know, when an employment application asks, you know, who do you want to notify in a case of emergency, I always write, a very good doctor.
You may need one soon with these jokes.
Be kind, be kind. Our next honoree is Catherine Miller of Star Financial Bank. Catherine is involved in several organizations, including YWCA of Northeast Indiana, Kate's Cart, and Aaryn's House for Grieving Children. She and her husband lived in Philadelphia for several years, then returned to Northeast Indiana to start her family. Her first real paycheck came from Star Financial Bank when she worked there as a teller in high school. Success to her is growth and progress towards personal and professional goals, no matter how small.
Star Financial Bank.
It's nice to have a banker here tonight. Did you know I used to be a banker? But then I lost interest.
Oh, brother. And you're criticizing my material? Okay, moving on.
Our next honoree is Jessica Morales of Canterbury School. She's on the boards of Boys and Girls Club of Fort Wayne and Young Leaders of Northeast Indiana and is involved with the Greater Fort Wayne Inc. On Board Fort Wayne program. Growing up in the Connecticut and New York City area, she was drawn to the growth, momentum, and pride in Fort Wayne and the Northeast Indiana region. To her, lifelong learning is an important professional commitment. She'd tell her high school self, don't rush, embrace the journey. Jessica Morales.
Our next honoree is Seth Nash, President and GM at Dutch Maid, a part of Ambassador Enterprises. Seth came to Northeast Indiana to attend college at Grace. After graduation, he started working with Biomet, and he and his wife, Aaryn, decided to stay in the area. He said, we've stayed here because it's a wonderful place to live and raise a family. Our region is rich with opportunity, and it's rewarding to be part of a vibrant, growing community. Seth Nash. You're really photogenic, Seth. You got that smile going. You got.
Our next nominee is, our next recipient is Wade Owen of Sweetwater. He's involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters as a big brother and board member. He's also with the Greater Fort Wayne Leadership Fort Wayne in 2018 and Leadership 2.0 in 2020. He doesn't measure himself on his success, but measures himself on his experiences, some of which may be considered, he may not be considered accomplishments. He recommends reading Lead Simply by Sam Parker. Wade Owen.
Great, thank you. Our next honoree is Dustin Pappenbrook of the Churubusco Police Department. Success to Dustin, besides being an attractive police officer, some might say, is raising two boys to be better than he is, he says. His greatest accomplishment was receiving a life-saving award. His goal is to become a full-time firearms instructor. Maintaining lifelong friendships outside of law enforcement has been a high priority in his career. Dustin Pappenbrook. So a Churubusco police officer, he could be a useful guy to know sometime.
Yes, over there in that wild Churubusco.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't want to miss those crazy turtle days in June. I mean, it's wild, it's madness there.
Our next recipient is China Presley of Huntington University. She's using the pandemic as a chance to step back and pull back and reevaluate where to put her energy. She came to Northeast Indiana for college and never left. She loves living in a city with leaders who are innovative, constantly seeking to improve the area. She's been reading The Ascent of a Leader by Bill Thrall, Bruce McNichol, and Ken McElrath, The Ride of a Lifetime by Bob Iger, and The Memo by Minda Hart. China Presley.
Glad you could be with us, thanks. Moving right along here, number 30 is Matthew Perkey of United Way of Allen County. He's probably tapped a lot of you for money for corporate contributions for United Way. It's a never-ending battle, having done my United Way work. Corporate giving. Absolutely. When considering a move, Northeast Indiana checked all the boxes. He said low cost of living, short commute, quality public schools, choices in faith, etc. He also gets to make a living by doing something that does not feel like work, he says. He hopes to build a culture at United Way that attracts and retains the right talent to make a measurable impact in the lives of those in Allen County. Matthew Perkey.
Our next recipient couldn't be here tonight, Savannah Robinson. She's Chief Legal Talent Officer for Barnes & Thornburg. Her community involvement includes serving as president of Young Leaders of Northeast Indiana and as a board member of Greater Fort Wayne, Inc., Northeast Indiana Regional Partnership, and Northeast Indiana Association of Legal Administrators. Her first job was at 13 years old. She wanted a new pair of jeans, and her mama never missed a chance to teach her a life lesson. She told her if she wanted the jeans, she needed to figure out how to earn the money to pay for them. So she convinced her bus driver that day to let her work in the laundromat. She enjoys that she gets to work with so many different people and personalities all over the country every day. Savannah Robinson.
You know, we've had several lawyers in tonight that have been honored. You know, do you know what you call a priest who becomes a lawyer?
Father-in-law?
Very good, very good. Okay, that one didn't go. All right. Our next honoree is Nabila Sefter of DeWitt Best Corp. And Purdue University, Fort Wayne, and Nobilities. Her greatest accomplishment so far is starting her consulting and training company to help individuals and companies with continuous improvement. Her plan is every week to learn a new concept by applying it. She recommends a quote by Brazilian author Paulo Coelho. The quote is, "The world is changed by your example, not by your opinion." Thank you, Nabila.
Our next honoree is Thomas Somerville Jr.
These guys have come to party.
He's
I
got a
think.
few friends here.
These guys are going to be hitting the bar afterwards, yeah.
Thomas
Easter Seals people are a crazy, crazy group.
Thomas is Easter Seals Arc of Northeast Indiana's Chief Operating Officer. He wanted to be a dentist as a kid, but now he strives to be a president and CEO of an organization that supports individuals with disabilities. He doesn't feel that he's had just one supporter. He believes it takes a village, and his parents, family, friends, co-workers, and bosses have all played a role in supporting him in some form or fashion. Thomas Somerville Jr.
Thomas Somerville Jr. Thanks, Thomas. Glad you could be with us. Thanks. Our next honoree is Casey Cherie. She's a partner at City Chevrolet and City Ford. Woo! He's a Columbia City Rotarian and a board member of the Whitley County Chamber of Commerce. He began his automotive career at 19, and his wife has supported him and made sacrifices that job demands through all these years. When asked what he does to relax, he said, "I am not wired for that." You know, Lisa, it's nice to have a car guy here tonight. You know, we've had lawyers, we've had a lot of people in nonprofit, but, you know, he's in a really changing industry. And, you know, with the rise of self-driving vehicles, you know, I'm thinking it's only a matter of time before we get a country song where a guy's truck leaves him too.
I think the audience just left us too.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Thank you. There you go. At least there's one.
Our next recipient is Megan Short of Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. Megan also runs a modern calligraphy studio called Moonlit Design Company. She's involved in Forward and Pave the Path Youth Leadership Summit, and was a volunteer for Civic Theater before something called COVID came along. She believes success is measured by doing what makes you genuinely happy, humbly serving your community, and making a positive impact on every life you touch. She hopes to also help advance and expand the impact of the GFW Inc. Women's Network and United Front Initiative to empower, connect, and inspire others to bring about positive change in Fort Wayne. Megan Short.
Our next honoree is Daniel Strichter, who could not be here, but he's CFO at Extremity Solutions, Inc. Success to him is being known as someone who loves God and loves others, raising a family and contributing to a company that embraces the same values is an incredible blessing and his definition of success, he said. He told his high school self, value relationships and reconcile as soon as possible if you realize you've made a mistake. Daniel Strichter, we'll get his award to him.
And our next recipient is Emma Taylor-Metcalf. Emma is owner of Lyn-Maree's Boutique and co-owner of Auburn Brewing Company. She's involved in Downtown Auburn Business Association, Auburn Main Street, and the DeKalb Chamber Partnership. Being an entrepreneur, she says, has the greatest challenges and rewards. The best part about owning both businesses is that she can give back to her community in so many ways, and the amazing relationships she has formed with customers and employees, now friends and family. Her biggest career success is maintaining happy employees and customers. Emma Taylor-Metcalf.
Great, thank you. Our next honoree is a valuable guy to know. It's Andrew Thomas of Indiana Legal Services. Andrew says that success to him is being a little better today than he was yesterday. A high point of his career was starting the Tenant Assistance Legal Clinic, which has served hundreds of Fort Wayne residents to help avoid eviction from their homes during this pandemic. Andrew Thomas of Indiana Legal Services.
Yeah, let's wait till we get
Glasses and mask.
That's okay. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Our next recipient is John Weimer of Perfection Bakery, doing business as Aunt Millie's Bakeries.
Great Fort Wayne company.
His greatest accomplishment thus far has been that he's always been on winning teams at Aunt Millie's that have always risen to the occasion.
I got that with the baby, I got that. Did you slide that in? That's pretty good.
Risen to the occasion, no matter what that occasion might be. Some of what he'd tell his high school self: listen to those who have been there before and don't get in a hurry. Be confident in what you've learned, but be ready to try again. Read your Bible every morning and record a journal every night. John Weimer. Hold it up so you can see his, yeah, there you go. There you go. Thank you, John. And last but not least, number 40 is Terry Wilder of the Northeastern Center. Counseling and therapy are Terry's passion. She's been involved in Noble County Drug Court and the Noble County Chamber of Commerce. She's currently working on completing her PhD in counseling education
and supervision, Terry Wilder. Well, that's our program tonight, Lisa. I just wanted to say that you did a great job today. And you know what they always say in business, the reward for a job well done is more work.
Yep, I think I experience that every day, and I think if I died and went straight to hell, it would take me at least a week to realize I wasn't at work anymore.
Woo! Now, now the news business isn't that bad. I mean, it's been quite a year. I mean, we got through November, we got through January. Some of you may know I'm from Georgia. Some of you can thank me or blame me later. So we had quite a January 5th, and then we followed that up with January 6th. So, you know, it's been rough in news. But the joy is reporting on all of you every day of the year, in our dailies and our weeklies. And we cannot thank you enough for your loyal readership of the Business Weekly, of all of our KPC newspapers and websites, and your advertising, which pays the bills. Congratulations again to the 2021 class of 40 under 40 here in Northeast Indiana, and good night.